guys, it's your girl Cass. Welcome to my page, my channel, Castellate. I haven't used this filter in a while. It's kind of giving me life, so I'm just gonna use it. Grand Rising, Abundant Rise, Unity. How y'all doing? So, I wanted to do it live just because, I be thinking and I be having some interesting conversations and it always makes me reflect, right? And I always like to touch base with beings who go through the same thing that I'm going through right now. So, and it's interesting because even though the conversation was brought up, I be thinking about it too, all of the time. And it has to do with family while you're on this spiritual journey. But in so many different facets, right? So I'm one of 4 girls. And, I've talked about my relationship with my sisters before, Unity, and how it's changed, how I've been closer to some, distant to others. And the dynamic of family is always interesting to me as far as society, how it's portrayed, how it should look like, right? And I feel like there's a lot of pressure with that. And I feel like it's totally unfair. Supreme Rising. And at this point in my life, I don't really, what's the word? Do a lot of shit that, regular day-to-day people do. So, how do you attempt, well, we don't like to use try, but how do you stay close with your family members while you're on this journey, right? Unity. How we stay close to our families while on this journey. It's interesting to me because it's all about perception. And I think about it all the time, how can I get closer with my sisters? How would that work? But think about it. What kind of conversations are we having? Because I'm a conversationalist, right? I love talking. I love us pouring into each other. Gratitude. I love us pouring into each other, right? So, but I only want to pour into positivity, expansion, growth. So, gossiping is not going to do it for me. Reality TV is not going to do it for me unless you can take it a step deeper and not just surface shit, if you get what I'm saying, right? Can we see how, okay, if it is about reality TV, can we dissect it and see oh, you see what they did there? You see how they're playing? Do you get the agenda that they're pushing off? What they're portraying? I can fuck with that. But if it's just about what's going on in somebody's life, about bullshit that doesn't affect me, is not allowing me to grow, expand, or I can learn from, I don't want it. It's that melanin. I'm not gonna lie, the filter has something to do with it too, probably. But you already know we outside, right? And so and I'm just not, most of my conversations, especially nowadays, are not 3D shit, if you get what I'm saying. It's on some 4D, 5D, 6D, fuck, all the way to the 9D shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just can we go there? Are you gonna entertain? Because it's just okay, if I entertain some of the shit that you're talking about, right? If that's all that you can come up with, do you have it in yourself and in your mind to take some of the shit that I'm gonna challenge you to think about, right? Or is it, I don't want to hear it, it's too much, it's getting too deep, what do you want me to do about it? You understand what I'm, understand to understand where I'm coming from. Because gratitude. Because it's just conversations have become so mundane and so redundant and so no substance. Because I feel the biggest way if it's not just interacting with each other, is communicating That's how we learn each other. That's how we grow from each other. And so, but the subject does matter. For me anyways, the subject does matter. Because if it's low vibrational shit, I'm not with it. And then, okay, now let's think about interactions, right? Well, I'm vegan. They're not. So what I'm eating is completely different from what you consume, right? So I'm not going to want to go out to eat. Well, we're not going to want to go out to eat to the same places. I don't even eat out anymore, to be honest. And if I do, it's like literally once in a blue moon. It's from this African spot and they have vegan options. So that's why I go there. But that's like once in a blue moon. Outside of that, I do not eat outside of my own cooking, to be honest, you know? And so, and I'm not going to set myself up for failure where I'm going to this restaurant and the most you have is a basic garden salad. I'm just not doing it. Because that's not the representation of how I really eat. My food is very colorful, very seasoned, very much love is involved in my food. And so, that's another fuck up, okay? I don't drink anymore. So it's not like we gonna get lit in the same way. Unless it's, okay? And so, now we're at like a standstill, right? So, should I put myself in positions that is not going to allow me to grow, to create this false relationship? And then, but don't get me wrong, when I'm saying this, that doesn't mean I don't love my family. Nothing, time or space can ever take that away. Whether they may perceive it differently because I'm not showing it the same way as they do. And to be honest, I never did show it the same way they did my whole life. I'm an Aquarius. I'm weird. I've always been to myself on my own, different shit. And it's so funny to me because it's just like, the spirituality part just came later, but I've always been like this. Seeds are just as good as money, even better. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, grow your own food and save your seeds. Yes, but it's just like, so does that mean because we're unable to communicate the same or have the same level of conversation, does that mean that I don't care for you or that I don't want to interact with you or how it is perceived, right? Because do I force myself? Because at the end of the day, I don't impose. I don't like to impose myself onto other people. That's why I make my lives. I share it. You can choose to watch or not watch it. Agree or not agree. Simple, right? But then how do you deal with that in reality where this is my life? I do things completely different. Hello, I'm outside. Getting some sun. Shoot, let me take my fucking socks off so I can put my feet in the grass. Okay? And it's completely different. But yet, like, what y'all do is different. So how do we integrate those when we're doing different things in our lives? At this point, we're not like-minded anymore, right? Because the things that we used to do together, I was with the shits then. I'm not with the shits now. So then how do we still build a relationship where our lives are totally different? And I'm never going to feel bad about that. Because based on perception, hypothesis, maybe from outside people and even from the people personally, I'm always going to do what's best for Cass. Let me repeat that again. I'm always going to do what's best for self, right? Because at whose expense is it if I do anything outside of that? Mine, right? So should I lower my vibration or just accept certain things because it's going to make the relationship better? You think anyways. But really, I'm just going to be doing shit that I really don't want to do, genuinely, and don't approve of, nor care about the same way they probably feel about me and the shit that I talk about. Fair game, right? But I feel like we need to stop thinking that just because we don't do the same things or don't interact in the same ways anymore, that any love was lost. I still love y'all. I'm just allowing y'all to be who y'all are. So please give me the same courtesy. And I'm only speaking about this because I'm pretty sure a lot of like spiritual people or who are on the journey have like conflict with this and think about this, because like we do love our families, but it's just like when our families are not, our life paths are going down completely different roads. How do we integrate that? Because again, nobody wants to force the other to do something that they don't want to do. So why can't we just allow us to do what it is that we want to do and still have love for each other by allowing us to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just allow each other to be and not be so judgmental about like what that is, what that should look like. Like, as long as your love is genuine and true, that's all that should matter, because that's how I feel inside. You can never tell me nothing about me, how I feel, period. And I can't do the same to you. So just because it's not being perceived in the way that you would like it or how you would want to deal with it, that doesn't mean that it's not true. I guess that's really what I want to say. Because what things may look like, especially when somebody is doing things to better themselves and like completely focused on themselves, you may feel like you're not included in that, and that should be okay, because it had nothing to do with you in the first place, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? And that's really was my point. But outside of that, this is gonna be a tangent. It's gonna be a tangent now, because you guys don't mind me. But okay, I want to just talk about, because we all talking about family, right? And I just want to talk about parents. Yes, I come at y'all OD crazy all the time. It's because like you guys have responsibilities when it comes to your kids. Right, I said I'm working on myself. How could you get offended? But it's the most, it's the most selfish thing that somebody can say to you. Or like, that's the reaction. You getting offended that I'm focusing on putting energy into self. Because if I'm not doing it, are you doing it for me? Are you going to give me your energy to make sure that I'm good all the fucking way? Completely? Because if not, you better leave me alone and let me work on my fucking self, okay? Because I'm my own responsibility. I have to take accountability for me. Nobody else. Because at the end of the day, I am my longest relationship. Everybody will come or go, family included. So I need to be my priority always. And make sure that I'm good. They'll try to say they can't, but even that's not what they can't though. They're lying. Even though they say that they're lying to themselves and they're lying to you. Because if you have so much excess energy, why wasn't you doing this in the first place? For that I wouldn't be feeling like this. That I need to even focus on myself or pour into myself. If you could do the job, you can't do my job for me. Like, you can't save me at the end of the day. People can only save themselves. Because even when you try to save them, they're going to end up fucking up over and over again. And leave you disappointed. Okay? So, let's not do that to each other and to self. Because it's a setup for failure and resentment on both parties. I'm glad to know I'm in sync. Like, I'm that has enlightened with these same thoughts. Yeah. And it's very unfortunate that while you're like enjoying this journey and like figuring it out, it's just you're getting so much hate for it. It's really so fucked up. It's really so fucked up because they don't get it. And it's just like what they don't what they need to understand, to understand, is like they don't need to get it because it wasn't for them to get in the first place. All that they needed to get was to get themselves and to pour that energy that they feel like they need to be giving you back into self. Okay? I literally had this conversation with someone the other day because they had sent me a post and they was talking about spirituality, right? How some people be too like grounded and then like have no space to go in the sky, like, you know, and some people just be like airheads and not be grounded. It's the duality in it all at the end of the day, right? Some people might think, like, based on my conversations or what I post, that I may be all over the place. Good, because I am all over the place at the end of the day, if you get what I'm saying. When people ask me like, what are you thinking about, I think about everything and nothing, okay, at the same damn time. I'm always flowing, if you get what I'm saying. And it's very important for you to find your balance while on this journey, because, you know, people tell me, I mean, I used to get warnings, like people used to warn me, oh, don't get too deep. Like, listen, I don't get too deep because this shit is fascinating to me. Like, I don't get bogged down by it because I take the information and then I flow with it. I don't be like, oh my gosh, like, I don't take it to the point where I'm in too deep, if you get what I'm saying, because if anything, I am the deep. So I can't get lost in it, if you get what I'm saying, right? And I remember when I first started my journey, like, I was super frustrated, right? Unity, I was super frustrated with myself and like the people around me, especially when it comes to your family, like I was talking about in the beginning, because you want to pour so much into them, but then you have to realize that, again, you can't save nobody, right? Like I was saying, you can only save yourself. So when that happens, I learned how to redirect that energy, right? Redirect it to the point where I'm no longer frustrated. I allow people to be who they are. You know what I mean? Will I say my shit? Every fucking, like, if I get the opportunity, yes, the fuck I will. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean just because I'm pointing something out or saying something that I expect you to change or have any like, you know what I mean? There's nothing to it. I'm just like sharing information. That's what I do. I share information. I share what I know. If I see something that we could grow on, expand on, I'm always going to say at the end of the day. And I invite that as well. But I know that I can't force nobody to do nothing. And I shouldn't impose my views on anything that, like, they do. So what do I do when I get frustrated or stuff like that? I pour that energy back into me. Okay, Cassandra, so what can you do to better yourself? And I say all the time, every time I can point something out with you, I'm definitely looking back at me, bro. I'm not perfect. I'm always looking to grow, to expand. And so, yeah, so every time I see something I'm frustrated with, I look back at myself and be like, okay, so girl, what can you work on? Unity, what could you expand on, right? What is it like? That's why reflecting and shadow work is so important. And at the end of the day, I use my reflections every day to empower me, whether that's in light or in dark, if you get what I'm saying. Meaning, as my reflections, I look at you as with love, because it's just like, at the end of the day, I can look at you and be like, where I used to be, or I can look at you and be like, okay, where I'm going, if you get what I'm saying. That's why I love all of my reflections at the end of the day. And I just want us to grow together. However way you get there, you get there. But I'm more focused on me and how I get there, how I be there, how I align myself, how in tune I am. That is what I'm focused on, is me. So just because we see things, we experiencing things, you know, we want to be helpful. Like, at the end of the day, give what you can, share what you can, but always redirect that energy back into self, because that's always going to be your priority. Again, you're the longest relationship, so make sure it's a healthy one, if you get what I'm saying. But this is okay. So back to my other topic, right? Ooh, parents. It's crazy because, like, it's gonna be such a tangent, guys, but it's been on my mind and I don't want to make another video, so I'm just gonna say it. So, kids, y'all would say the darndest things, right? For example, if anybody knows me, knows that I don't care for the moon, but I accept it for its role and what it's playing here. But it is a trap. But it's not even a trap that was really set up for us, right? But you know, when I see people say, "Oh, I love you to the moon and back," no. Please stop saying that. Please stop saying that. Okay? Stop wanting to go and come back and reincarnate and continue this pattern of like incarnation here on this dimension. Please stop saying that. That's a curse in itself. Okay? Another thing that parents say, "I love you to death." Can you love me enough to live? Please and thank you. I don't need you to die. Okay? I need you to live. Love me to life. Okay? And what do I mean by that? There's so many things what I mean by that, because what are you eating to make sure that your life is extended? What are you consuming? What are you unity? What are you how are you pouring into your child? How are you even pouring into yourself? What are you doing to make sure you are extending your life as much as possible so that you get to experience not only your children, but your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren and your great-great-great-grandchildren? It is very much possible for you to do. So stop loving your kids to death. Please love them to life. Please love them to do things enough that you love yourself enough to extend your life. Oh, Pepsi, fuck Pepsi. And this is, I love me. I really do love me, because that's crazy that I seen that. I reposted that today. Pepsi allowed aborted fetuses to be in their products, which is just like, I can't say I'm surprised, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I never liked dark soda. The darkest I ever got was grape soda, okay? It was always stay away from Coke, stay away from Pepsi. The taste never gave to me anyways. But yeah, no, it's a no. Y'all should really do just the ingredients on shit. But it's just like, even when it comes to that, right? Were we being intentional, right? I need parents to be intentional as fuck about everything. Especially that you put in your body, but also what you're feeding your kids. I'm over it. Stop fucking giving your babies sugary drinks and thinking, like, especially when they're so young, just to see their face light up. Yes, that's a chemical reaction. You know, when a dope, the first time you get like a hit or something, whatever the fuck the drug is, your face light up, because it's just like you're having a chemical reaction, an addiction that just happened. Literally in real time. So it's just like, did y'all even ask for the ingredients? And it's just like, of course you did it, because how many of y'all even go to the groceries and really take the time to look at the ingredients of the food that you regularly eat? Forget that the food that you regularly eat. What about your lotions? What about your soaps? What about, let me think about this, right? They have baby soap, baby this, baby that, right? But then they have totally other things for adults. What happened with the babies that is so different from you that you can take on these harmful shit better than they can? Y'all don't even think about shit like that. If anything, y'all should be using the baby shit. But you can't even really trust the baby shit, because they are a target too. At the end of the day, you gotta really do your research and look at this shit. Like, look at it completely. Because this shit is fucked up. This shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So please be intentional about everything and love your kids to life, not to death, right? And can I just say something, please, to the mamas? I love y'all so much. I know I come for y'all too, but I love y'all so much. But please love yourselves. Like, please take the time to love yourselves. That you don't feel the need to it's again, love your kids to life, because if you're putting yourself at risk to look a certain way, and I'm honestly, let me just talk to the goddesses in general. I need y'all to love yourselves. forget the mamas. Not forget the mamas, but y'all included too. Just the women in general. I'm gonna need y'all to love yourselves, because you're the number one consumer on this planet. Okay? You are. You're the number one consumer on this planet. I love that. Because honestly, I don't have children yet, but I already think about like how I operate as a person who already have kids. Became vegan, stopped drinking for my kids, because once I knew, Dr. Lala Africa was like, yo, do you know your ovaries don't have an immune system, so that's going through them? It was a wrap for me, because I don't play about my children, okay? Because I know they're coming at the end, they in divine timing, but I don't play about the extension of me. So for the ones who have like a literally physical representation of that, and you're not being intentional, I kind of have a problem with that. Because I mean, I would hope you would have been intentional before, but things happen, life happens. So what are you doing now? My thing is, I don't care that's what you did before. What are you doing now? Because every day we rise up and we choose. We make a choice. Life or death. Every rising, we choose. Happiness or fear. This or that. You know what I mean? It's duality. You get to choose. So it's just like, y'all willing to go under, especially for the mommies who just had, like, I hear all the time, right? Celebrities, right? They just had a baby, but they want a mommy 360 body, da-da-da. So you're willing to go under. Bro, there's people who don't even want to go under for real medical issues. They be scared of that shit, but you voluntarily go under and leave your kids at risk of may or may not having a parent because of a look. I have a problem with that. Gratitude, goddess. I literally have a problem with that. Because how is it that you couldn't love yourself enough? And if not enough for yourself, enough for your kids to not put yourself in that position to begin with? Why are you so ashamed of a body of a mother? Like, do you know, like, you create a whole human being, like, intelligence. Like, are you okay? And you worried about this look? Never mind. That's just one thing. That's just BBLs, right? Let's talk about the hair. These are things that we don't think about intentionally. Okay? We buy hair. If it's not synthetic, that came from a human person. Do you know what their demons was? Do you know what they went through? Do you know what is attached to your antennas? And you're just putting that on you? Okay? What else? I mean, it's to the point where, especially women right now, just think about it. Why we're the number one consumers, right? But we're also the ones who now no longer even have our godlike ability anymore. Like, the ability to have children. You're literally the portal to come here. Like, God chose us to be the divine portal for us to create and for us to be able to come through here, right? And we're losing that ability more and more over time. Remember grandma. How many kids did grandma have? Or if not grandma, great grandma. Okay? And then we look at us now, and why are we having such an issue with being able to conceive? How did we get to this point? It is because 14. Okay, stop playing. Effortlessly. Okay, 14. Right? My great grandma, what, had like 10. Okay? So at the end of the day, right? How did we get here? How are we losing our godlike power that we have to go to these machines, this artificial intelligence, to get to do it now? Now we're playing God. We're not gods no more. We literally are playing God. It's wrong. Stop with the hairs. Stop with the acrylic. Stop even with it, and it goes deeper than that. Stop using some lotions. Stop using certain soap. All of these are ways of consumption. Stop just stop drinking. Stop doing shit that is just taking away from you, especially the meat eating. Very acidic. Everything around us, especially women, like, you are the target. If it's not you, it's your kids. Please understand to overstand that. And I'm not saying this to fearmonger. I'm saying this for you to be intentional, for you to be aware about what the fuck is really going on here. This is our God power we're talking about. Like, you know, like magic, real, the shit that's not even, like, fuck magic. This is the real shit we're talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so we need to do better, ladies, because we the one who's making them rich. Okay? We the ones who's making them rich, and then we the one who's suffering for it. Literally suffering for it. So I need us to pour the love into you. Tell yourself you're beautiful. I don't care what your body fucking looks like. Somebody's gonna love that shit. And you know what got me so fucked up? 9 out of 10, the men have no problem with it. It's y'all to yourself. You guys are your biggest culprit. Y'all literally beat yourselves up over and over again. In the name of what? Please tell me, in the name of what? In the name of beauty? In the name of what? Society? In the name of an image? In the name of what? Social media? Because I don't get it. Me personally, I don't get it, because it's very destructive. Very destructive to you, to your family, to your children. And now what, right? When your kids look at you like, mommy can't go a day without makeup, or mommy can't go a week or whatever without getting her nails done, then what? So you're raising children to be like, what? They're not good enough? Oh, that everything can be bought and paid for? You gotta understand what messages you're passing on. You think babies are not gonna be like, mommy look like this one day, and mommy looks like this another day? What is this about? Right? Do even some of these kids know what you look like without even makeup on? Can they recognize you? Can you recognize yourself? Not just this shit, but your soul. Is that even recognizable anymore? Like, real shit. Because to see more and more women just having issues, like conceiving, having babies, like, but then y'all have the babies just to want the body. Like, why y'all so quick to get out of motherhood? Like, y'all be doing, why y'all even having babies? What is the point? What is the point? If you're gonna hate yourselves later for it, what is the fucking point? Please make it make sense to me. I want to know. I want to fucking know. I thought it's supposed to be this beautiful thing. You're supposed to love every minute before, during, after, continuing of it. Y'all be so quick to want to hand the kid off to the next person. You ready to go out and just partying. Is motherhood really that draining, or that just like something that y'all just don't want to do, just part-time, not full-time? Like, what is it? And don't get me wrong when I'm saying, like, Should you be able to have me time and pour into yourself as a woman? Absolutely. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm gonna need you to understand, overstand. Are you doing these things for the right reasons? If you get what I'm saying, are you doing it for the right reasons? Because it's different when a mom has just poured herself into her kids, into her family, and then now she needs some me time for like a couple of seconds or whatever. But not to the point where it's just like, oh, thank God you get to take my kids away. And any real mom, as soon as y'all away anyways, y'all begin to have anxiety. So it's like, what is it? And this is why I need more mothers to like get together. Get to fucking together. Please. Y'all need to get together with y'all kids. Because then y'all probably won't feel like you need to get away all the time. The reason why women feel like that they need to get away is because they're literally consumed with this shit all by themselves. And you don't need a sister wife to do this shit. It's called the community. Find other women. Okay? Go to the fucking park together so that your kids can play together and interact. So that y'all can have a break with each other. It's really just that simple. Y'all think it's about getting away from the kid when y'all should just be integrating the kids together so that y'all can have the downtime and they be kids. This shit is not rocket science. It's really easy to fix. But you gotta look for solutions, not an escape. Because you're gonna always want to escape if that's the case, and instead of finding a way for it to naturally integrate with your life all the time so that you don't need to escape, that you're always in full mode, that you're not feeling drained, if you get what I'm saying. But I feel like I've been like going on a rant just now, like a run on, but I really just want us to please love yourself. Scar, wounds, whatever decoration you get before, after having kids, during, like, please love it all. It's a reminder of who you've been. Why are you trying to rid of them? I love you with all your scars, all of its beauty, all of it, because that's what makes you who you are. So who is this mask you trying to get rid of and put on like it's this when it's really that? Your body remembers everything that you go through. So why are you trying to forget that? Haven't you already forgotten enough? I mean, most of us don't even know who we really are or its true power. So please stop like forgetting bits and pieces of you that made you who you are. Love on them. Because you're beautiful just the way you are. You are perfect. Perfectly imperfect, okay? Every single square inch of you. I don't care how you look, okay? So please, love on yourself, because you are beautiful, you are divine, you are powerful, you are infinite, you are all, you are everything. So stop, please, getting tricked out of your spot. Please, stop getting tricked out of your spot, because you are too powerful for this shit to continue to happen. And then you think that you're benefiting, and it's really costing, okay, your soul. I'm not talking about money. That's a what's it called, byproduct, okay? It's costing your soul. That's what really matters, okay? But I love y'all, okay? Just because I talk like this, I'm not judging nobody who did choose to do it. I'm just saying, moving forward, please love on yourself how you are. Do not put yourself at risk. It's not worth it. But you know who's been worth it and worthy of it from the beginning was you. So please don't cut that shit short and sell out for some dumb shit. Ooh, unity. Have an abundant rise, like powerful rise. Please love on yourself. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Okay? You and all your flaws, all of it. Okay? Every single square inch of it. Okay? So let's just make better choices, like moving forward. Oh, because you are my reflection. How could I not love y'all? Well, I mean, I agree with all y'all decisions and the things that you make, but at the end of the day, that's your path. You know what I mean? But love on you because I love you, okay? And that's the only representation of how much I love myself. But again, abundant rise. Have an abundant, like, rest of your moments. And yeah, keep shining bright because there's a light inside of all of us, okay? Not only me cast the light. But yeah, have a great day, guys. I mean, not day. Have a great rest of your moments. But gratitude. Let me go drink my tea now.